everyone, this is Samir. Welcome back to my channel EasyGate. Now we'll be continuing our previous lecture only. If you didn't watch our previous lecture, go and watch it. I'll keep the link in the description box. Then you can understand this lecture clearly. Okay. Now note down two more key points which are related to the previous lecture. When the current through an ideal inductive part 2 Henry is constant. Okay. That means the current through an ideal inductive part will become constant, then the energy absorbed by that ideal inductive part will become zero. Okay, this is most important key point. Okay, note down in your notebook. Okay, when the current through an ideal inductive part will become constant, then the energy absorbed by that ideal inductive part will become zero. In the previous lecture, we are having a 2 Henry as our ideal inductive part and 1 ohm as our resistance part. Okay. Now you will get the doubt as why we are getting this energy absorbed as 0 when we are supplying a constant current. For that, you can see this reason. We know that instantaneous power is nothing but P is equal to L into I into di by dt. Here we are supplying a constant current, that means the differentiation of that current will become 0. So ultimately the power, instantaneous power will become 0. Our aim is to find out the energy absorbed. The energy absorbed is nothing but integration of power. So that the integration of 0, the integration of 0 will become 0. Okay. Whenever you are supplying a constant current through an ideal inductive part, the instantaneous power will become 0. Hence, the energy absorbed by that ideal inductive part will become 0. I hope you have understood this key point. Now, similarly, you can see for capacitor, if you are having a ideal capacitive part, if you are having an ideal capacitive part and you are supplying a constant voltage to it, if you are having an ideal capacitive part and you are supplying a constant voltage to it, then the energy stored by that capacitive part will become 0. Here also you can see the similar reason, that is instantaneous power will become 0. Here the instantaneous power formula is nothing but P is equal to C into V into dV by dt. The differentiation of voltage. Okay, the differentiation of voltage is nothing but 0 because we are supplying a constant voltage. Ultimately, the power will become, instantaneous power will become 0. The energy absorbed is nothing but integration of power, so that the integration of 0 will become 0. Okay, note down the second point as whenever you supply, whenever we supply a constant voltage to an ideal inductive part, then the energy stored by the or energy absorbed by the capacitive part will become 0. Okay, these are two major key points. Okay, now look at the our next question which is related to this topic only. Okay, which is related to the previous question only. Okay, now look at the question. Now look at the question which is related to the previous our discussion. Okay, in the above problem, that means in the previous problem, the energy stored by the inductor, that is a practical inductor representing as 1 ohm and 2 Henry up to first 4 seconds. Now here you get it out as we already find out the energy absorbed by the practical inductor in the previous video only. Okay, here he is asking to find out the energy stored by the practical inductor. In the previous lecture, we already solved that the energy absorbed by the practical inductor. We did not solve the energy stored by the practical inductor. Okay. Here he is asking to find out. He is asking us to find out the energy stored by the practical inductor up to 4 seconds. Okay. Understand the difference. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the energy absorbed by the practical inductor. Now we are discussing about the energy stored by the practical inductor. Okay. Now look at the solution. So who is going to store the energy in the practical inductor? Practical inductor means a resistance part and a inductance part. So resistor is not going to store energy. That means only the inductor is going to store the energy. So the ideal inductive part will going to store the energy. In a practical inductor, okay, that is 36 joules. Okay, the energy stored by the practical inductor, that means in the practical inductor, who is going to store the energy? The ideal inductive part is going to store the energy, that is 36 joules. We already calculated this value in the previous lecture only, that is energy absorbed by the inductive part, ideal inductive part, as 36 joules. Okay, energy absorbed and energy stored by the ideal inductive part is same. Okay, understand? Okay, the energy stored and energy absorbed in the ideal inductive part is same, that is 36 joules. Okay, now here you can see that the next point is, whenever the inductor is charged, that means the energy stored by the inductor is constant up to infinity seconds. This energy is going to be constant up to infinity seconds. Okay, this is the solution for this question. Okay, in the previous lecture we got the solution for the energy absorbed as 132 joules. Now we are getting as 36 joules. This is because the energy stored by the inductor is 36 joules, right? I hope you are getting the concept. Now look at the second question. Now here you can see that the question, in the above problem, the energy absorbed by the inductive part, that is a practical inductor 1 ohm and 2 henry, up to t is equal to infinity seconds. Okay, now we need to find out the energy absorbed by the t up to by the practical inductor up to t is equal to infinity seconds, right? So energy absorbed will become energy absorbed by the resistor as well as energy absorbed by the inductor up to t is equal to infinity, up to t is equal to infinity. So that this energy absorbed by the resistor I am splitting in two parts. One is ER1, that means the energy absorbed by the resistor up to 0 to 2 seconds. Okay, plus the energy absorbed by the resistor up to 2 to infinity seconds, integration 2 to infinity I square r dt. Oh, okay, this is the energy absorbed by the inductive part, that is 36 joules. In the previous question only we have solved that. Okay, this is 36 joules up to infinity only. Okay, up to infinity the inductive part is going to absorb the energy as 36 joules only. So in the previous lecture we already solved the ER1 as 24 joules plus integration 2 to infinity. So from 2 to infinity the current is going to become a constant, that is 6 square into resistance as 1 ohm into dt plus 36. Okay, if you add these two you will get 60. If you integrate this you will get 36 into t. The limits are from infinity, 2 to infinity. Upper limit is infinity and lower limit is 2. If you substitute these limits, if you are substituting this infinity in this equation, you will get infinity. No need of substituting this 2. Okay, you will get infinity directly, right? So that what is the conclusion from these questions? What is the conclusion from these questions? Okay, the energy absorbed by the practical inductor and the energy stored by the practical inductor are different. Are different. So the conclusion is, the energy absorbed by the RLC elements is nothing but the energy stored by the L and C plus the energy dissipated by the resistor. So this is when the combination of the energy stored plus the dissipated energy is going to become the absorbed energy. The stored energy and the absorbed energy are different. Okay, I hope you have understood these points. Okay, now here you can notice one more point, that is, if you are giving a constant supply, or if you are giving a current to an practical inductor, and you are measuring a absorb energy by that inductor, then that is going to become infinity. Why? The resistor is going to continuously dissipating energy. The resistor is going to dissipate the energy continuously up to infinity. That's why we are getting the energy as infinity. But the inductor is going to store or absorb the energy up to 36 joules only. Okay, that means the energy absorbed by the inductor is going to become a finite value, and the energy absorbed by the resistor is going to become infinity up to infinity seconds, right? If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.